The Watchers of the Night, the lonely world of insomniacs. The night is not a haven of rest for me, but an endless battlefield. When the world is lost in the embrace of dreams, I remain awake alone in the darkness, like a solitary boat forgotten by the world, adrift in the boundless ocean of night. This is the inner monologue of an insomniac and a true portrayal of countless people tormented by insomnia. Every sleepless night is like a long and silent ordeal. When only the ticking of the clock remains in the room and the city outside the window gradually quiets down, insomniacs lie wide-eyed, staring at the ceiling, their thoughts running wild like runaway horses. They may be anxious about the pressures of life, haunted by inner fears, or pained by emotional entanglements. Those emotions that are masked by busyness during the day come flooding in at night, submerging them. From a psychological perspective, insomnia is often closely linked to emotional problems such as anxiety and depression. Sigmund Freud, the founder of the psychoanalytic school, believed that human dreams are expressions of the subconscious, and perhaps insomnia is also a signal from the subconscious to us. When we face huge pressures in life and cannot release them through normal means, the subconscious will remind us through insomnia that we need to pay attention to our inner world. For example, a professional in the workplace, facing intense competition and being in a constant state of tension, cannot relax his brain even at night. He keeps thinking about work-related issues, which leads to insomnia. Neurologically, the physiological mechanisms of insomnia are more complex. Neurotransmitters in the brain, such as serotonin and dopamine, play a crucial role in regulating sleep. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that can make people feel happy and relaxed. When the level of serotonin drops, people are prone to emotions such as anxiety and depression, which in turn affect sleep. Dopamine is related to the brain's reward mechanism. When we use electronic devices at night and receive a large amount of information stimulation, the secretion of dopamine increases, keeping the brain in an excited state and making it difficult to fall asleep. The harm of insomnia is not limited to the mental level, it also has a serious impact on physical health. Long-term insomnia can lead to a decrease in the body's immunity and an increased risk of illness. Research shows that the probability of insomniacs suffering from cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, hypertension, and other diseases is much higher than that of normal people. Insomnia can also affect cognitive functions, leading to problems such as memory loss, inattentiveness, and slow reaction, which seriously affect work and learning efficiency. Throughout history, many celebrities have also been plagued by insomnia. For example, the famous painter Vincent van Gogh. His life was full of hardships and pain, and insomnia, like a demon, always lingered around him. On those sleepless nights, his heart was filled with loneliness and despair, and these emotions were also reflected in his paintings. His masterpiece, The Starry Night, with its twisted lines and strong colors, seems to be a true portrayal of his inner world, full of struggles and pain. Insomnia, this seemingly simple sleep problem, hides such complex psychological and physiological mechanisms behind it, as well as great harm to human health. It is like a silent killer, eroding people's lives unconsciously. And when we are struggling in the darkness of insomnia, dreams, this mysterious world, show us another possibility in their unique way. Dreams, the mysterious theater of consciousness. In the dark abyss of insomnia, dreams are like a mysterious theater, occasionally flashing with strange lights, attracting us to explore their mysteries. It is a world full of fantasy and the unbelievable. Here, the rules of reality are broken, the constraints of logic are cast off, and anything is possible. There was once a painter who, on a sleepless night, tossed and turned and couldn't fall asleep. When he finally drifted off to sleep in exhaustion, he dreamed that he was in a strange forest. The trees in the forest glowed with colorful lights, and the leaves fluttered like lively butterflies. Instead of a stream, there was a faintly glowing liquid flowing on the ground, exuding a charming fragrance. Deep in this forest, there was a castle suspended in the air. The walls of the castle were made of crystal, clear crystals, reflecting a dreamy luster. The painter was shocked by this wonderful sight in his dream. He picked up his paintbrush and tried to depict everything in front of him. However, when he woke up, the details of the dream gradually dissipated like mist, leaving only some vague impressions. But these vague impressions inspired his creative inspiration. Based on the fragments in his memory, he created a series of paintings full of fantasy colors, causing a sensation in the art world. From a neuroscience perspective, the generation of dreams is closely related to the activities of the brain during sleep. During sleep, the brain is not completely at rest but goes through different stages. The rapid, eye movement, REM, sleep stage is most closely associated with dreams. During the REM stage, the neurons in the brain are extremely active, the brain waves are similar to those when awake, and the eyes move rapidly. At this time, we often experience vivid and rich dreams. Research shows that certain areas in the brainstem send random signals to the cerebral cortex during REM sleep. These signals activate memory fragments, emotional experiences, and sensory information in the brain, thus constructing the content of dreams. For example, when we experience an exciting event during the day, this memory may be evoked in a dream and combined with other random elements to form a unique dream scene. The hippocampus, an important area in the brain responsible for memory, also shows increased activity during REM sleep, which further explains why past memories often appear in dreams. At the same time, the amygdala, which is closely related to emotions, is active during REM sleep, filling dreams with various intense emotions. From a psychological perspective, dreams are the expressions of our subconscious. In his classic work, The Interpretation of Dreams, Freud proposed that dreams are the fulfillment of wishes, the release of repressed impulses and desires in the subconscious at night. In real life, our behaviors and thoughts are restricted by many factors such as social norms and moral principles, and many inner desires and emotions cannot be directly expressed. In dreams, these repressed contents have the opportunity to be shown. For example, a person who is under great pressure at work and longs for recognition from the leader but has never achieved it may dream that he has successfully completed an important task and is highly praised by the leader and admired by colleagues. Carl Jung believed that dreams are a bridge between the individual self and the collective unconscious. By analyzing dreams, the deep-seated psychic structure can be revealed. The collective unconscious is the common psychological experience accumulated by humans in the long historical development process. It contains various archetypal images, such as heroes, mothers, sages, etc. These archetypal images will appear in dreams in various forms, affecting the content and emotional experience of our dreams. For example, we may dream of a wise old man who gives us guidance and inspiration. The image of this old man may be the manifestation of the sage archetype in the collective unconscious. Dreams not only reflect our subconscious but also have an important impact on our cognition and emotions. They can help us process and regulate emotions and relieve the pressures of real life. When we experience some negative events during the day, such as quarreling with others or encountering setbacks, these negative emotions may be released and alleviated in dreams. The plot in the dream may allow us to re-examine these events, understand and feel them from different perspectives, so that we can face life more calmly after waking up. Dreams also have the function of inspiring creativity. Many great scientists, artists, and writers have obtained inspiration from dreams and created immortal works. For example, the German chemist August Kekule was struggling to figure out the structure of the benzene molecule. One night, he dreamed that a snake was biting its own tail, forming a ring. This strange dream made him suddenly realize that the structure of the benzene molecule might be a ring, thus making an important contribution to the development of organic chemistry. Throughout history, dreams have often been endowed with a mysterious color. In ancient times, people believed that dreams were revelations from the gods and omens of the future. The ancient Greek philosophers were very interested in dreams. They believed that dreams were a way for the soul to communicate with the gods. In the Bible, there are also many records about dreams, such as the story of Joseph interpreting dreams. Joseph could accurately interpret the pharaoh's dreams, thus helping Egypt survive a famine, and he was highly regarded by the pharaoh. In ancient China, the Duke of Zhou interprets dreams was widely spread. People predicted good and bad fortunes through the interpretation of dreams. Dreams, this mysterious theater of consciousness, show our inner-most world in their unique way and contain rich psychological and neuroscientific mysteries. It is both the stage of our subconscious and the source of our creativity. On sleepless nights, when we cannot enter the peaceful land of dreams, we may as well calm down and recall those past dreams. Perhaps we can find some answers about ourselves and the wonderful world forgotten by reality. The interweaving of insomnia and dreams, contradiction and symbiosis. Insomnia and dreams, seemingly a pair of contradictory existences, are closely intertwined, like two poles of symbiosis, performing a unique story in the human sleep world. On the surface, insomnia means difficulty in falling asleep, while dreams are a psychological phenomenon that only occurs during sleep. The two seem incompatible. But upon in-depth exploration, it can be found that there are countless connections between them. This connection is not only reflected at the physiological and psychological levels but also reflects the complexity and mystery of the human inner world. Psychologically, insomnia is often triggered by various psychological pressures, anxiety, and conflicts in the subconscious. Dreams, as a channel for the expression of the subconscious, often present these emotions and conflicts hidden deep in the heart in a strange way. For example, a person who has been suffering from long-term insomnia due to work pressure may dream that he is in a chaotic work scene, facing a mountain of tasks but not knowing where to start, or being severely reprimanded by the leader during occasional sleep. The scenes and plots in these dreams are actually projections of the work pressure and anxiety he faces in real life. Through dreams, the subconscious tries to release these repressed emotions to achieve a certain psychological balance. Biologically, insomnia also has a significant impact on dreams. Insomnia disrupts the normal sleep cycle of the human body, changing the sleep structure. During normal sleep, people go through multiple sleep stages, including non-rapid eye movement, NREM, sleep and rapid movement, REM, sleep, and dreams mainly occur in the REM stage. When a person suffers from long-term insomnia, the sleep cycle is disrupted, and the time and quality of the REM stage are affected, which may lead to changes in the frequency, content, and intensity of dreams. Research shows that insomniacs often report more dream recall, and the dream content is more vivid, strange, and even full of negative emotions. This is because insomnia keeps the brain in a relatively active state during sleep, and the transmission of various nerve signals is more frequent, making dreams more abundant and intense. Conversely, dreams also have important significance for insomniacs. Although insomniacs have difficulty getting enough sleep at night, dreams provide them with a unique experience space. In this space, they can temporarily get rid of the constraints of real life, realize the wishes that cannot be achieved in reality, or face and deal with the fears and confusions deep in their hearts. For example, a person who is introverted and lacks confidence in real life may dream that he has become the focus of attention, bravely expressing his thoughts and being recognized and praised by others. Such a dream can, to a certain extent, satisfy his inner desire for confidence and recognition, giving him psychological comfort and support. Dreams can also be a window for insomniacs to explore their inner world. Through the analysis and interpretation of dreams, insomniacs can better understand the emotions, desires, and conflicts in their subconscious, thus finding the root cause of the insomnia problem. For example, an insomniac often dreams that he is being chased and cannot escape no matter what. After in-depth self-analysis and reflection, he discovers that this dream reflects his psychological escape from certain pressures in real life. Once he realizes this, he can start to actively face and solve these problems, thus reducing psychological pressure and improving the insomnia condition. Throughout history and culture, the interweaving of insomnia and dreams is also richly manifested. Many literary works and artistic creations take insomnia and dreams as themes, showing the human inner world in these two states. For example, in Shakespeare's Macbeth, Lady Macbeth, after murdering Duncan, fell into deep insomnia and nightmares. Her dreams were filled with bloody and terrifying scenes, reflecting her inner guilt and unease. These dreams not only promoted the development of the plot but also deeply revealed the characters' personalities and fates. In ancient Chinese poetry, there are also many excellent works describing insomnia and dreams. For example, Li Shanyin's, In the morning, I only worry that my hair will change, at night, chanting, I should feel the moonlight's chill, depicts a person meditating alone on a sleepless night, and Li Bai's, I want to dream of Wu and you because of this, and fly across the Mirror Lake Moon in one night, expresses his pursuit of freedom and ideals through dreams. Insomnia and dreams, these seemingly contradictory existences, are actually an indispensable part of the human sleep world. They influence and interact with each other, jointly forming a complex picture of the human inner world. Whether it is the painful struggle of insomniacs in the dark or the mysterious experiences in dreams, they are all worthy of our in-depth exploration and reflection. Because in this process, we can not only better understand the mysteries of sleep but also more deeply understand our own inner world and find the path to inner peace. Breaking conventions, counter-intuitive theories about insomnia and dreams. In the public's perception, insomnia is always regarded as a stubborn disease that must be overcome, and dreams are often regarded as insignificant illusory images. However, with the continuous deepening of scientific research, some counter-intuitive theories have gradually emerged, revealing the overlooked truths behind insomnia and dreams. The more dreams you have, the better the sleep quality. This view seems to run counter to our daily perception. For a long time, we generally believe that sleep should be quiet and dreamless. Once dreams occur frequently, we will feel that the sleep quality is not good, and we may even suspect that there is something wrong with our bodies. But the latest scientific research shows that dreaming is actually a manifestation of the normal activities of the brain, and it plays a crucial role in our sleep process. From a neuroscience perspective, dreams mainly occur in the rapid eye movement, REM, sleep stage. During this stage, the brain neurons are extremely active, the brain waves are similar to those when awake, and the eyes move rapidly. At this time, the brain sorts, classifies, and stores the information received during the day, just like a highly efficient computer deeply processing data. The process of dreaming is actually the brain integrating and processing this information, helping us consolidate memory and improve learning ability. For example, in an experiment on learning new skills, the participants were divided into two groups. One group experienced sufficient REM sleep and dreams after learning, and the other group was deprived of REM sleep. The results showed that the group that experienced dreams performed better in the subsequent skill tests. They mastered the learned skills more firmly and applied them more proficiently. Dreams can also help us release psychological pressure and regulate emotions. In real life, we often face various pressures and negative emotions. If these emotions are not vented in time, they will accumulate deep in our hearts and pose a threat to our mental health. Dreams provide us with a safe venting space, allowing us to experience various emotions in our dreams and release the inner pressure. As Freud said, dreams are the fulfillment of wishes, the release of repressed impulses and desires in the subconscious at night. When we experience some thrilling scenes in our dreams or achieve the wishes that cannot be achieved in reality, our psychological pressure will be alleviated, and our emotions will become more stable. Another surprising counter-intuitive theory is that insomnia is the brain's self-protection mechanism. Usually, we always regard insomnia as a pathological state, believing that it is caused by various physical or psychological problems and will cause serious damage to our health. But more and more research shows that in some cases, insomnia may be a strategy adopted by the brain to protect us. When our brain faces excessive pressure, fatigue, or is stimulated by the outside world, it may activate the self-protection mechanism, making it difficult for us to fall asleep. This kind of insomnia can be regarded as a warning signal from the brain. It reminds us to pay attention to our physical and mental state, adjust our life rhythm in time, and reduce stress. For example, when we are in a high-intensity work state for a long time and the brain is tired, the insomnia that occurs at this time may be the brain telling us that it needs to rest. If we ignore this signal and continue to force ourselves to work, more serious consequences may occur, such as neurasthenia, anxiety disorders, and depression. From an evolutionary psychology perspective, the self-protection mechanism of insomnia has a deeper meaning. In ancient times, humans faced various survival threats, such as attacks by wild beasts and natural disasters. In such a harsh environment, maintaining a certain degree of alertness was the key to survival. When humans sensed danger in the surrounding environment, the brain would automatically enter a state of alertness, resulting in insomnia. This insomnia allowed humans to stay awake at night and detect and respond to potential threats in a timely manner. Although the living environment in modern society has changed greatly, this ancient self-protection mechanism is still deeply imprinted in our genes and will be triggered in some cases. There is also an interesting counter-intuitive theory related to the precognitive ability of dreams. In many cultures and legends, dreams are endowed with the mysterious ability to predict the future. Although this view has always been controversial, some scientific research provides certain support for it. For example, some studies have found that certain plots and images in dreams may have a subtle connection with our future experiences. This connection is not a supernatural prophecy but is based on the subconscious activities of our brain and our keen perception of the surrounding environment. Our brain receives a large amount of information in daily life, and most of this information is processed by our subconscious. These subconscious information may be presented in various forms in our dreams. When we encounter events related to these subconscious information in the future, we will have the illusion that dreams predict the future. For example, a person dreams that he is lost in a strange place, and later in real life, he really gets lost during a trip. This may not be because the dream really predicted the future but because his worries about the trip and his unease in a strange environment in daily life were recorded by the subconscious and manifested in